Welcome to Sisters in Service podcast. Most of you know me as a strong advocate for women veterans in being recognized not only as veterans, but also as women who are changing the world through our passion of serving, even after service. This podcast is my passion by telling all the stories of military brats, military spouses, active duty, and veterans, not to forget the veteran service organizations that help us along our transition journey. I want to thank you in advance for listening. I hope that you will join me every week. A new podcast and episode comes out every Tuesday. So I hope that you will join and I hope that you enjoy. This podcast is brought to you by Small Space Pilates. Are you ready to get fit and fabulous from the comfort of your own home? Look no further than Small Space Pilates. With live online Pilates and strength training classes, a video library, and a no perfection allowed policy, you can achieve your fitness goals without ever leaving your house. Click on the link for your complimentary week and start your journey to feeling fabulous today. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the latest episode of Why Not Wellness under the Sisters in Service podcast. You know me, I'm Kat Cortado, your host and movement specialist. Today, I want to talk to you about something that's rarely talked about. So you guys know I give tips on wellness, fitness, things to do, ways to work out. I try to give you those small tips to help make it easier for you to start working out or to maintain your workouts. So you're going to hear me I can't speak today. You're going to hear me say something today that you never rarely hear me say. And I want you to understand why I'm saying it. So before we get started, I'm Kat Cortado of the Why Not Wellness podcast, where I get to delve into the world of wellness, bring you insights and tips to help you keep it moving on your journey to a healthier lifestyle. Today, I'm going to actually talk about when it's not okay to work out. Yes, I said it. There are times when you do not want to work out because it could be detrimental to your health. Now, for those warriors that are out there that, it's February, most people, almost 80% of people have stopped their workouts already. They've quit. They're like, oh, tapped out. So if you are not one of those people, congratulations, because you're a fitness warrior. And I love that you have finally made the decision to do it. However, we all know the importance of regular exercise. It boosts our mood, improves our health, helps us to maintain a healthy weight. But like everything else in life, balance is key. Overdoing it can lead to negative effects such as injuries, exhaustion, and even a weakened immune system. So before we go there, let's put the obvious out there. When not to work out. Let's see, you have an injury, you broke, sprained something. Okay, and your doctor says, nope, you're not cleared to work out. Obvious. However, even though your leg is maybe immobile, you can still work out your upper body. However, we're not talking about that today, Kat. I'm so sorry. I can't help myself. If you are getting over an illness, so these are all times when you want your doctor's recommendation and or your PT's recommendation, your physical therapist. Maybe you have an old injury that's flared up, okay? And you may need to rest it. Those are obvious times when you should not work out. Yes, I said it again, should not work out unless you've been cleared by your doctor. Okay. With that out of the way, what about overtraining? Sometimes we get very overzealous in our workouts, and we want to just do it all and get it all done. But your body needs adequate rest. Okay. Imagine running your car engine 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It'll last for a little while, and then all of a sudden your car's not running anymore. If you find that you are not recovering from your workouts, You need a day of rest. You need a day where you might say, maybe not today. Now, that's not to say you can't work out later on in the week. So if you wake up on Monday, you're supposed to be doing your workout, but you're overly tired. The thought of getting up and putting your workout clothes on just makes you kind of feel ill. Take the day off, but immediately reschedule it in your workout, maybe, or in your calendar. Maybe it's later on in the week. Okay. Maybe you're a little bit under the weather, not sick, but you just feel kind of, it could be sinus, it could be a cold, you don't know. That's another sign when you should not work out. Now, if you are new to fitness, absolutely do not work out. I'm just going to put it out there. But for those of us that have been in the game for a long time, I can usually tell if I can or cannot work out if I have a cold or something else coming on. Now, the reason, especially if you're new, you don't want to work out is because it could bring on the symptoms even quicker. So you're working out, you're working at home or working outside the home, and you're feeling under the weather, and you decide to work out, and you wake up the next day, you've got a fever, you've got all the things. That's what I'm most afraid of, is that it brings it on quicker. When if you had rested, maybe it would dissipate just a little bit. Okay. Maybe your schedule's really tight. It's on your calendar. You really want to work out, and you're just like, ugh. Now, I will say this. I am trying to break the myth of how long a workout should last. I just am. Because new people, and even for me, the thought sometimes of 30 minutes or 45 minutes or an hour of working out just makes me feel tired. So do a shorter workout. Maybe you want to do a Pilates workout. Maybe you want to do a mat class at home. Maybe, you want to do a workout that's only 15 minutes. That's okay too. But first and foremost, I want you to take care of you. How many times have you gone to work and somebody says, "Oh, I have a cold, but I didn't want to call out." It might have been better if you called out. I get it. But then again, now you're going to infect everybody else at work. Okay. So if you have a nagging injury, if you have, a cold coming on, if you have not been cleared by your doctor, if you had just had a baby, okay, your post-pregnancy, you still want to get a clearance from your doctor because you don't know. Now, I will say this. If you have been working out before, during your pregnancy, there's probably a likelihood that your doctor's going to say, no problem, go back. But if you hadn't worked out before, you got pregnant and your post-pregnancy, postpartum, I keep forgetting how long it's been since, so I apologize. Then you probably want to get your doctor's okay. First and foremost, take care of you. The workouts are going to be there, but you don't want to take 2 weeks off. So here's another example. Let's say you've been working out. So January 1st was about not quite 6 weeks ago. So what you want to do is every 6 to 8 weeks, take 2 or 3 days off. That doesn't mean if you want to go for a walk, you go for a walk, but just leave the weights alone because your body's going to be even better for it since you took that time off. I do this every 8 weeks. I take about 3 days off where I just don't do anything. I might walk, but that's about it. But what you're going to find is that your body's like, oh, thank you. And when you go back, you're reinvigorated. Your body's reinvigorated. Your mind is reinvigorated to work out. So don't feel like if you miss one day, you're going to kill your whole workout. No, that's not how it works. A few days isn't going to make that big of a difference, if at all, depending on your age. 2 or 3 weeks out, it's a little bit different depending on your age. So remember when you were 20, you can leave the gym for 2 weeks and come back and nothing's changed. Well, I'm going to be 68 this year. I'm not sure I could do that right now. I'm just going to tell you. So I just want you to understand that if you're overly fatigued, if you feel a cold coming on, if you're experiencing any kind of pain or discomfort before, during, or after your workout, I want you to understand it's okay to take a break. Rest days are an essential part of any fitness routine. Give your body the chance to recover, repair, and grow stronger. So the next time you're feeling sick, overly tired, or in pain, just consider skipping your workout for that day. Okay, reschedule it. It's okay. So that's all for today on Why Not Wellness. Remember, fitness is a journey. It's not a destination. Listen to your body and don't be afraid to take a break when you need it. So I also want to invite you to discover Small Space Pilates. If you're interested, you get a free week. I love a try before you buy, don't you? And if you're not sure, let's have a chat. Let's just talk about you. Let's talk about your fitness. Where are you stuck? Have you not started yet? If not, then why? Let's talk about those things and make it easier for you. And number 2, I have another fitness challenge. So if you missed the first one, I have another one coming up. It's in March. It's totally free. All I need is your email. And it's called the Keep It Moving 11-minute fitness workout. 11 minutes. Okay. That's all I'm asking for you. So until then, please take care of yourself. And as always, keep it moving. From your movement specialist, Kat Cortado. Bye.